Okay, so this is the second prototype of the Yeethammer. I've made some mostly minor adjustments. There's some ease of assembly adjustments, there's some ergonomic adjustments, and some minor new features. Real quick, I have comments turned off. They're gonna stay off because as a middle-aged lesbian, I just don't have the time to deal with the, admittedly, very few bigoted man-children who get all up in their feelings when they see somebody not like them making cool shit. So they're just gonna stay off. But yeah, so anyway, cool shit. So again, second prototype. So the changes. So for starters here is in the grip. So the grip I've made more ergonomic. The front is more rounded, which makes it much nicer to hold for longer periods of time. Additionally, up here has gotten a stronger fillet to make it more comfortable up around the webbing between your thumb and index finger. The part where it rests against the top of your hand has also been filleted instead of chamfered, so that was a chamfer. It kind of was uncomfortable over time. The other thing is here in the front, it's not a big change, but the foregrip, the back end of it has been shortened by about 1 millimeter, so now it's flush with this, and it just makes it so it doesn't dig into your hand anymore, so it's a lot more comfortable to use. The other change here is I've added sling points to the back. So on the buttstock, there's a sling point at the bottom and the top. There's also still a sling point on the foregrip, but the ones on the buttstock probably just going to work better. You can attach a sling to them and it should rest fairly comfortably at your side when you drop it, and then you can just grab it and pull it and use it. Another change here with the priming handles is that I fixed the issue where I designed the 3D model around 5 inches, but was intending to use 4-inch threaded rod. So now there's more threaded rod supporting the priming handle in the current version, and there's also a cap that covers the nut there. Makes it just easier to assemble, disassemble, and swap sides, because you can swap the handedness of this at any point, so you can switch from right-handed to left-handed as you see fit. The other change here is there's been some elastic added into the breech to tension it downwards. It's more of a quality of life, nice to have thing. It makes it so the breech closes more consistently, and also makes it so it doesn't have much wobble when the breech is open. So it pretty much stays fairly solid. It can still move and travel a little bit more, but it stays fairly open and it will consistently close. Whereas on the previous version, you would have issues with, it kind of shakes around more, and sometimes you would have issues with it closing. But now those issues are handled. The other change is inside, and I can't show you because it's all assembled. The elastic is now easier to put on this in most places, including the ejector, so it should be fairly straightforward to assemble. Yeah, so this version is currently ready for testing. Yeah, so I guess last thing is firing it, because I mean, it's a Nerf blaster. What would we do if we didn't fire it? So yeah.